What up? It's the Grandpa MC coming at you with another video. Like, subscribe, share, comment. Alright, man, I finally got something that I can stick my teeth into, because today Micah Parsons was traded to the Green Bay Packers. 2 draft picks and a player. I forgot his name, but you'll get it. But anyway, all right. So the culmination of this contract dispute between Micah Parsons and Jerry Jones ended today, and it's a lot of Cowboy fans that's up in arms. I'm not a Cowboy fan, but I'll say this. This trade is a good thing for the Dallas Cowboys, because that's what I'm going to deal with first. Then I'm going to go to the Green Bay side. For the Dallas Cowboys, this is a great trade. The guy they got, the player that they got, is a solid player. That's what they need. They need solid players. They don't need players that's going to take time off, like they were saying that Micah Parsons was doing, pulling before he got traded, talking about his back was hurt. They came out with the MRIs. MRI? Yeah. They came out with the MRIs. You know, when you talking about business, you got to cross your I's and dot your T's. So Jerry Jones and his crew made sure they had everything backed up. So him going to the Packers is going to take a lot of strife out of that locker room. Believe me, he was a headache. He is a headache. So they getting draft picks for this, which is good for them. And they're going to move on. All that money going to Micah Parsons would have went to that would be going to Micah Parsons, Dak Prescott, and it's a couple of more, not too many. It wouldn't have worked out in the long run. It might have, who knows, but I honestly believe that Micah Parsons is going to fade out. I'm just gonna say that right off the bat, but I'm gonna have to see how he plays. But one thing you can say about him, he can get lackadaisical. So we're gonna see after he got paid, and he's gotten paid. He's like the highest paid defensive player of all time, or whatever. I mean, I think I hear that every year when they signing somebody, but so he's paid now. So his motivation should be on point. You know, he do these podcasts and all that. We're gonna see how it's gonna work out in Green Bay, because Green Bay, they ain't got nothing but that football team. So I mean, like, the scrutiny he was getting from Dallas was one thing. But we talking about these Green Bay fans, even though Green Bay fans aren't known as like really combative and this, that, and the other, but we're gonna have to see. We're gonna see how they gonna react. This could be something like, what was that player that got signed from Tennessee? Albert Haynesworth. I believe it's gonna be along those lines. We'll see. I can be wrong, but I don't think so. So now, and I think before I finish with the Cowboys, I honestly think that they're gonna at least make the playoffs. They might be one and done, like always, but I think they will make the playoffs. I don't think it's going to be as much as many commotions, to put it in a way. It's not going to be that many issues in the locker room. I believe that was a lot of it. Seriously. We're going to see. The only thing they got to worry about now is the annual choke fest for Dak Prescott. Hopefully he has a real good year. So, you know. But anyway. So now, Green Bay. Green Bay is getting Micah Parsons. Micah Parsons is not a run stopper. As an edge player. He is not a run stopper. He doesn't concentrate on the run as much. So their defense is going to be weakened. Last year, their defense was okay. If I can remember, it was like in the middle of the pack. Depending on what they got in around Micah Parsons. Micah Parsons might be good for these first couple of weeks. He might be killing them the first couple of weeks. But he's going to die down. But you know what? Now that I'm talking it, you know, Micah Parsons, some of that was the way Cowboys were coaching him, the way they were playing him, how he was getting used. So if they have a smart coach in the defensive, on the defensive side in Green Bay, he might unlock Micah Parsons. And then if he's able to unlock Micah Parsons, and Micah Parsons is motivated, it might be some problems. Might be some problems, but we'll see. We have to see. But the Packers were a pretty good team last year, and for the most part, from the way I interpret it, their team, their camaraderie is pretty good. I think the possibility of a locker room implosion is there with Micah Parsons. Because again, not saying we're gonna see if he gonna do this podcast again this year, but you know, his attitude sometimes can rub a lot of guys wrong. I believe that. But for both of the teams, the Packers and the Cowboys, the potential for both teams benefiting from this is pretty good. I believe that if everything goes the way it could, the Cowboys are going to be a playoff team with the possibility of advancing. And then Green Bay, if they were playoff team last year, so if he improves them, they may go to the Super Bowl. They could go to the Super Bowl if Micah Parsons does what he's supposed to do. He don't even have to have a particularly great year. It would behoove him to, being that he been signed all his money. But I mean, as long as he plays with the team, which we have to see if that's gonna happen, and everything is smooth in the locker room, they could be Super Bowl bound, possibly, because Jordan Love is an exciting quarterback. They have a pretty good offense around him. You know, the wide receivers, running backs, the line, all pretty good. Defense, I think they like middle of the pack because they lost. I remember they had Zadarius Smith. I think they called them Smith boys. Both of them dudes, they were crushing it in Green Bay a couple of years ago. This is when Aaron Rodgers was there. But I think they after Zadarius Smith left, a couple other guys, that their defense wasn't as formidable as it was a couple of years ago. But we're gonna see how this plays out, man. Like it's funny that this trade is happening now, that this Netflix special is out, and the prevailing thought that goes through that's throughout those last few episodes of the documentary is that trade is a source of contention between who did it and who didn't. So Jerry Jones, this is his chance, I think, to have a trade that's talked about, that could propel the Cowboys. I mean, I doubt it, but it's possible. So we'll see. Because if Michael Parsons has that locker room in turmoil, that draft pick is gonna be pretty high. And draft pick might be pretty high, especially the second one. I mean, depending on if they is from year to year. Next year, probably not, but the year after that, who knows? So that's pretty much it, man. It's been real dry. It's been real dry these last couple weeks for the grandpa, man. Been real dry. So that's pretty much all I got on that, man. Grandpa out.